Hi, good evening and welcome to Cooking Uncovered. My name is Miriam, and tonight I'd like to show you this great, easy dinner that we're making tonight, and it's called, well, it should be called chicken a la king, but it's not. It's called seafood a la king because I'm not using chicken because my daughter is a vegetarian. So I'm using this packaged seafood that I got at the local Japanese market, actually, and it's just an assortment of seafood. It's got squid, octopus, cooked mussels, baby clams, and shrimp, and it comes in a bag like this, and it's frozen. So I thawed it, and I've got a few prawns I'm going to throw in. So I'd like to show you how to make a veloute sauce. And the veloute sauce is so simple. All it is a bechamel without the cream. So you use stock instead of cream or milk. So to my pan, I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of butter first, and that's going to melt away. And I think what I'll do is I'll cut it up first because it will melt faster. So we're having our butter melt first, and then I'm going to keep stirring over here because in actual fact I already have a veloute sauce finished, so it'll work quite well. So I'm just going to dismiss that. All right. So the butter is melting here. I don't want it brown, I just want it melted. And to that you're going to add your flour. Now, I am using a stock today that comes from the store. Sometimes if I make my own stock, then I can control the sodium. So for this particular veloute, don't add any salt if you're using the stock from the store. Unless it tells you that there's no salt added, because it always has a lot of salt. So to that, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, cracked pepper, but no salt this time. And to that I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons, same amount of butter as flour. So 4 tablespoons of flour, in that goes. And I'm going to use my whisk, my heat-resistant whisk, and I'm going to stir that in so that the flour cooks. So now, once that has cooked, so you've got to let it cook for about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. You want it to bubble up in the flour to cook. Then I'm going to add my 2 cups of vegetable broth, because again I'm making this as a veloute sauce. Now, once this is cooked, I want to show you what it looks like. See what that looks like? So yeah. So it bubbles up and it starts to cook the flour, which is what you want. Now you want to add your stock, and don't worry so much about a lot or a little. Just add your 2 cups of stock. And now you're going to continue to stir until it thickens, and that's the trick to a veloute, exactly like a bechamel without the milk. All right, so now I'm going to switch this up. So this has to cook for a while. This has been cooking for a while, and I want to show you how luscious this looks because it is just divine. To this, I am going to add my seafood. So look at this sauce. Look at this luscious sauce. That's what it ends up being like. Can you see that? That's a veloute sauce. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Now, to that sauce, I'm going to add my seafood, and then I'm going to let my seafood cook in the veloute sauce for about 2-3 minutes. Make sure it's cooked. And then I'm going to put all of that lusciousness onto one of these little puff pastry shells, vol au vent. They call vol au vent. You can buy these or you can make them, and perhaps one day I'll show you actually how to make them, not from scratch, because puff pastries from scratch is a lot of work, but you can buy the sheets and cut these out. So that's what I do with this, but I only had enough for 1 shell, so I'm going to use maybe rice later on, or I'll go get some more sheets to cut them out. Okay, so to this I'm going to add my seafood that I've washed very well. And to that, I am also going to add 1 cup of baby peas. Delicious. So that's going to go in, and that's going to become very thick. That's going to cook. And then I'm going to spoon that. As you can imagine me spooning this. Look at that beautiful, look at how that looks in the pan. See the peas and the seafood? Isn't that wonderful? And that's how it's nice and thick, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spoon that as soon as it cooks onto my vol au vent shell or my puff pastry shell. It's going to be wonderful. But I don't want to keep you on camera for that, so thank you for joining me on Cooking Uncovered. Don't forget to go to my blog, Cooking Uncovered veloute.blogspot.com, and I'll give you this recipe. It's so easy. And on the other burner here, my veloute sauce is thickening up and turning wonderful. It's such a delicious recipe. So good luck with your seafood a la king, or your chicken a la king, or your turkey a la king, any a la king you want. So thanks for joining me on Cooking Uncovered, and I'll give you, of course, a snapshot of this once I finish it and once the seafood is cooked. So thank you for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.